Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ba'd. Leo Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala nyine matenda amajju yakyakumyenze naawe kubanga tukyali balamu tubasookusasira ku n'emirembe embaka Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amanya Omar Sulaiman Kasule nga bulijjo okulaba ntwejjukanya ku kiyitibwa obusika w'eddiini y'obusiraamu nga Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wamna mbaka Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam n'abamanyi ab'obusiraamu engeri gye baatulisira ebintu bino kubanga tukola ki nga tubitegeera n'okubanga tubissa mu nkola mwana wattu nga bwe biri nga tuli wamu n'ekibiina ekiyitibwa Jamaiyatu Istisharatu Islamiyya lilmirathi fi Uganda giyite Association for Islamic Inheritance Consultation in Uganda. Ekibiina ekyo kyavaayo okubanga ate mwana wattu kitungamya mbusika n'okulaba nga ate kitwongeramu amaanyi n'okulaba nti ate kituyambako mu mbeera ezifaanagana bwezi ziyitibwa okukola obusika okutuukiriza obusika mu kugabanyiza ebintu mu kukozesa ekiraamo okutuusaako ekiraamo nawe bwekyetaagidde mu kubeera nga te promotion yonna oba kintu kyonna kiyitibwa okubeera nti tutumbula ebyobusika mu ggwanga oba mu mbeera zonna. Ekibiina kino kyavaayo okubeera nga te mwana tukikola ki kituyambako. Oyagadde okuba nti ofuna ku services zaabwe oyinza okuyita ku 0703 337 998 oba noyita ku 0773 551 8160 ojja kubanga bwotyo obafuna idhinillah. So tetujja kulwayo nga bulijjo tuli mu mbeera yokuba nti tunyonnyola ku bimu ku bigambo ebikozesebwa mu ilmu al-fara'id. Ebigambo nga bwe tumanyi bulungi nti irimu yonna yonna omuntu okugitegeera ebiseera ebisinga osooka n'otegeera mufradatiha aw mustalahati almustamalu fiha, omuzungu zayita terms together. So in the names Umar Sulaiman Kasule to teach you to come and remind ourselves about inheritance, Islamic inheritance as Islam is concerned. So we are on the topic, the major topic, that's Al-Wan al-Kabir, which is Sharh Ba'd al-Mufradat fi Ilm al-Fara'id, explaining or giving a brief explanation about some of the words that are used in inheritance. Altogether, ebimu ku bigambo bye tukozesa oba ebigambo ebikozesebwa mu busika obw'eddiini y'obusiraamu omuntu ategeddwa okuba nga abitegeera bye tuliko okubanjula tubikola ki. So some of the words that which are used in inheritance or to inherit. So those are the words now we are going, the terms we are going to through, so that we can go into deep when we already know the terms that are used. So today's topic, موضوع اليوم. Today's topic is مؤنة التجهيز. مؤنة التجهيز. مؤنة التجهيز أو مؤن التجهيز. مؤن التجهيز. That's what مؤن التجهيز. مؤن التجهيز. مؤن التجهيز. مؤن التجهيز. What do we when we of course if you hear someone talking about this word or uttering this word, which is مؤن التجهيز, ماذا الذي يبادر في ذهنك? What crosses in your minds altogether in form of the meaning, or which meaning you immediately get altogether? So when we always talk about these words, we always refer to the terms that are used in the Arabic language. We first consider the people of the language, لغة. The people of the language of Arabic, how do they term these words altogether? Of course, mu'na means things used altogether. Tajihiz means the arrangements, or they can be things used altogether to prepare. So let us talk and see what the ulama, the scholars, termed the mu'na tajihiz. They said here كل ما يحتاجه الميت من حين موته. كل ما يحتاجه الميت. They have given us كل ما يحتاج إليه. كل ما يحتاجه الميت. كل ما يحتاجه الميت whichever the deceased needs. Altogether, yes, kullu ma yahtajuhu al-mayyit is which. So مؤنة تجهيز, it means whatever the deceased needs, the deceased wants. Altogether, إلى أن من حين موته من حين موته, as soon as his soul is extracted out of his body, as soon as the soul has been extracted out of his body. Omufu kyonna teyeetaaga mu bintu byonna byaba yeetaaga okuviira ddala omwoyo gwe guba gumuggyiddwamu okutuusiza ddala ila an yuwaari fi qabrihi, ila an yuwaari fi qabrihi, ila an yuwaari في قبره. هو كل ما يحتاج إليه الميت. Whatever among the things that are required when someone dies. Altogether, كل ما يحتاجه إليه الميت. As soon as one dies, everything that can work, that can make arrangements altogether, or can arrange the deceased, or can make the deceased to be in a being well arranged altogether, or in a good arrangements altogether. من حين موته, from the time of his death, as soon as he goes away or he passes away altogether, إلى أن يواري في قبره, until he is buried. So whatever is the deceased needs, omufu byonna byonna buli kye yeetaaga kye bayitamu nabutajihizi, kitegeeza omuntu ekintu kyonna kye yeetaaga okuviira ddala ku lunaku mu kaseera Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bw'amuggyemu omwoyo okutuusiza ddala nga aziikiddwa mu ntaanaayi min nafaqati ghaslihi. Like I say, we're going to pay a list, to give a list, to mention some of them. Altogether, mu'natu tajihiz. Let us say, among the mu'natu tajihiz, we shall have requirements, let us say the requirements needed for preparation of the deceased. Among the requirements needed, among the requirements needed for preparation of the deceased, of the dead or deceased, or let us say the deceased. So things needed in order to prepare the deceased. Altogether, among them, nafaqat ghaslihi. Altogether, things used when washing the body. Altogether, we have soap. We have one, soap. We shall have another one, shrouds. We have another. We shall have perfume. We shall have water. We shall have, among things that are required in the preparation of the deceased, we shall have cotton. Wow. We shall have cotton. Then we shall have number 6. We shall have gloves. We shall have some of them, we just give a list of those which can be needed in order for preparation of the deceased. So we shall have another one. Of course, we shall have transportation. Again, we shall have burial requirements altogether, like digging the grave altogether. In burial, digging the grave. Payment of the place. We can also have payments for the workers of a funeral. Let's say funeral payments. Funeral payments or bill. Funeral bill. So we have many things altogether which are required whenever someone dies. Majorly we have preparation, washing. In other words, majorly we shall have wash. Then you have transport or movement. Let us say movement. Then we shall have burial. These are the things now we need. Altogether. So, ebintu byonna etugamba bwe tuba twogera kitugamba nti ekibayitamu natutajihizi kitegeeza ebintu ebyetaagisa ng'omufu afudde biki bye twetaaga abantu abanaza abafu mu bimanyi. Altogether, people who have ever tried to clean or to wash the body, altogether, you know whatever is needed. In preparation, we have tried to give at least basics altogether, some of them, but others we have left many altogether. It depends to whom is going to be buried or deceased. So, kullu ma yahtaju ilayhi, whatever is needed during the time of his death, as soon as the deceased dies altogether, ila anyuari ila fi qabrihi, until he is buried in where? In his graveyard altogether, or in the grave. So this is some of the lists now we have. So هذا مؤنة التجهيز من أين يستخرج? Where do we get this مؤنة التجهيز altogether? Either this مؤنة التجهيز, we get it out, is extracted out of your wealth. Bino ebintu bye tuvugerako bino byayita مؤنة التجهيز biva ddala mu byabugagga bya muntu. That's why we have what we call funeral service. What do they think? What do you think they do? They collect money out of you, just like insurance that you pay. You know that something is to happen, something big is to happen altogether in the future. Therefore, you pay altogether. You collect your money slowly by slowly for that funeral service company altogether to work on your burial altogether. Yes, the funeral services to provide you with each and every funeral, to the extent that it can even provide people who could cry for you. Is that one also? That one is also what? Funeral service. It's a service provided by funeral companies. So, but what we're going to say muna tutajihizi, but tuba mulimu ene obusika tubategeeza buli kintu kyonna ekikola ku mufu okufuusiza ddala lwaziikibwa. Lwaki tubireeta bino? Kubanga bye bimu ku bintu bye tujja mu byobugagga by'omuntu. We are showing you how it is important for someone to prepare for his or her death before. Tukulaga obukulu bw'omuntu okubanga yeeteekateeka ne tulaga n'ebintu, some of the work or the services that your wealth should provide. Obimu ku bintu obyobugagga birina okubanga bikola kibikola. One, okuba nti bukola ku maziika go. Obugagga bwo bulina mugaso ekyokuba nti buli awo bagenda bugabana ng'ate tusonda busonzi ssente. People who are doing that, please, it is wrong. That is the wrong way. Omuntu, of course, kitama eri abamanyi bonna abasinga obungi, to the extent that some of the imams, maybe it was Imam Malik altogether, he said that we can't do that. That is wrong. It is bad, totally off. If you can't collect for someone who is alive, to collect him wealth or money from the mosque altogether, now how dare you do it when someone is having his or her wealth? Omuntu abanga alina ebyobugagga bye, oyinza okwira enkyati nti omira wali mu abantu abaagala ennyo okusolooza, abaagala ennyo okubba ebintu by'abantu, simama agala, you need condolence money. You just stand there and you collect it. We don't have washing materials, equipment. We don't have transportation. But yet you are asking all those for someone who is supportful for himself, for him or herself. Omuntu asobola okubanga yeeyimirizaawo olw'ebigagga by'alina ekyo by'ebimu ku by'obugagga by'omuntu oba ebintu by'obugagga by'omuntu birina okubanga bikola ki? Bikola biduni israfin, without even being extravagant altogether, but not being excessively extravagant altogether. Because some of you take it for granted when someone dies altogether. What do? You try to utilize each and everything. So provided someone had money on the account, on his or her account, what do? You buy porridge, you buy rice, you buy everything out of that money. It is wrong. That money should only be used either to pay, to settle the debts of the deceased, to pay to work for his funeral services. Altogether, yes, we get that money to work for these services, to buy each and every equipment that is needed in order to do what? To bury the deceased. Altogether. Then perhaps succession, which is the last thing. But people take it for granted. You become extravagant whenever it comes for the person, the owner of the wealth has died. Then you behave anyhow in one's wealth. Muntu mweyisanga bwe mukola ki? Bwe mwagala. Bannange bino bye bimu ku birina okubanga tugoberera. Omuntu waafa ebyobugagga bye bimuyamba mu kuziika kw'ebyo. Obutanyoomola muntu kutuuka musondera busente ate mmala ne mubulya nga mumaze n'okuswaza omufu. Owulidde naye ate ng'omufu alina ebintu bye ebyali bimumala. Be careful. Bannange oba ekyakwebereramu, some of you they call it kwebereramu. So tubeeremu nga tugoberera amateeka g'eddiini kyekatukola ki? Kyekatulagira. Tetwonoona bintu bya mufu, not being extravagant. Altogether, أو تقتير مع مراعاة أوامر الشرع وأنواعه في هذا الباب. We must follow the order. We must follow the Sharia teachings. Whenever these situations always come, please do consult that so and so had his wealth. Altogether, what should we use for? Because he's dead. Altogether, then we tell you, we guide you somewhere. This is one of the work which is under the association I introduced to you in the beginning, which is Association for Islamic Inheritance Consultation in Uganda. You'll find it on Facebook, you'll find it on WhatsApp, you'll go on YouTube, you just press Al-Hadiyya, you will be finding each and everything. So this is that is what we term as the Mu'nat Tajihiz. For that, we shall end here by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let us observe that. We shall meet next time. Assalamu alaikum.